Before we get to this episode, I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of Ray for listening and to let you in on a little secret. You can now get the entire Depression Baby audiobook for free at raybyrogers.com/audible. That's AUDIBLE. And you'll get a free month of Audible, the premier audiobook service, which works on every gadget, phone, computer, whatever that you have. Again, just go to raybyrogers.com/audible or just look in the show notes for this episode. Depression Baby. Stories about growing up in Appalachia and other things too. With my dad, Ray B. Rogers.
On August 16th, 1929, I came into this world kicking and screaming. I reckon that made me a Depression Baby.
Depression Baby is a World Songs media production. Brought to you by Depression Baby the book, available in Kindle, paperback, and hardcover, and soon audiobook at raybyrogers.com.
The razor strap. Some people in the mountains called it a razor strop, not strap. But then a bear might have been called a bar. It has been said that the three wise men who brought gifts to the baby Jesus were actually firemen because they came from afar. Since electric razors were not in use in the early 1930s, and since Gillette had not invented safety razors with 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 blades, men of that day had to be content with shaving with a straight razor, or not shaving at all. Being content is perhaps not a good description because straight razors could leave some really nasty nicks, which would not lead one to a state of contentment. For those of us who are uninitiated, a straight razor had a blade about 3 inches long and was honed to a fine cutting edge. Straight razors could be folded up kind of like a pocket knife and could be used as a formidable weapon. Many unfortunate men have been delivered to the emergency ward or even to the morgue for having found themselves on the wrong end of a straight razor. A lot of men chose not to go through this daily torture of shaving, and instead they just grew a beard. Beards came in a variety of styles and were often a mark of distinction. Sometimes the beard almost made the man. Have you ever considered how General Robert E. Lee would have looked as a clean-shaven man? Some men chose to remove their whiskers while gazing in a mirror over the kitchen sink, while some had a shaven mirror over a table on the back porch. Some more prosperous men went down to the barber shop for a shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Yep, 2 bits, which is translated to a quarter, would buy one a shave and a haircut. A barbershop shave was almost a ceremony and definitely was somewhat of a luxury. The barber would crank his barber's chair back to an almost prone position and wrap his customer's face in hot, wet towels to soften the whiskers. He would then begin sharpening the razor on, yes, a razor strap, which hung conveniently on the wall behind the barber chair. Every man who shaved had a shaving cup with shaving soap in the bottom of the cup. A little warm water was put in the cup and the shaving brush was used to whip up some fine suds, which were applied to the face before shaving. I still have my father's shaving brush. The barber prepared the shaving foam and applied it to his now relaxed client. Then, with great skill, he removed the whiskers with a flare, and usually nary a nick. Part of the show might be pinching the customer's nose together with one hand while deftly maneuvering the razor to shave the area between the nose and the upper lip. The barber then washed the man's face, raised the chair to an upright position, and summoned the shoeshine boy over to his chair. While the barber trimmed his customer's hair, the shine boy made his shoes sparkle. One day my father could not find his razor strap and had to shave with a dull razor. One day extended to several days, with my dad becoming increasingly exasperated. Now I do not ever remember being whipped at all, but something like this must have occurred. Mother must have said something like this: "Ray, if you don't behave, when your father comes home, he will just have to get that razor strap to you." Having been sufficiently warned, this 3-year-old took preemptive action. The doghouse appeared to be a good place to conceal this weapon of vast destruction. After my dad had queried the other family members as to its location, Dad asked me directly, "Have you seen my razor strap?" Just like the late George Washington, I could not lie to my father. So I said, "Maybe you should look in the doghouse." There is nothing of significance that I can add to this.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of Depression Baby. And just a note, Ray will be having a book signing in Starkville, Mississippi, October 6th, Saturday, at Book Martin Cafe, 120 Main Street. Stay tuned for more details. Also, you can get the entire audiobook of Depression Baby, The Complete Stories, for free at raybrodgers.com/audible. That's AUDIBLE. Thanks to our audio and musical contributors, including our friend Lobo Loco. You can find out more about him and all the rest of the music and audio in the show notes at, you guessed it, raybrodgers.com.